Hi, this is Ryan at RS Rolling Classics. I guess we're going to start this video over again. There's the two gears, and there's a pin, right, that goes in this hole, and it goes out that hole. And then these two gears, these little guys, like this one here, goes up inside, and the pin actually runs through that hole. And with these installed between those two, you got to push these back. One on the top, and then you have one on the other side. And then there's a small bolt that comes in here. And it anchors that pin because that pin has a hole in it. So that keeps that pin into place across like this. But once you take the pin out, those little gears fall out from the middle, and then there's a little C-clamp that you have to take out that holds this thing into place. So I took the C-clamp out. So now you can so when I take this out, that gear is going to come out. When I take this shaft out, it's going to release this. Okay? Because if I had that C-clamp in there, you can't pull it out. This gear keeps it from going out. Oh, there you go. So I have to keep these under 10 minutes, apparently. Let's flip this thing around. Okay. So now that we did that, so this comes out, and you want to check this. If your bearing's like really bad, it would have ripped this up. Something awful, but that's just a color change. I can barely feel a difference on here. But if that bearing was really bad and you let it get out of shape, it would definitely gouge just really bad. So when this comes out, have a rag. Anyway, let's just take it out. I'm just going to try to do this with one hand. There's that spline that gear goes on that I showed you. And then on the tip, you see that little groove? That's where that little C-clamp lives. And then we're going to look inside here. You see those bearings in there? This outer one is the seal that we're going to replace, and then inside there are the bearings. So that's why I say if you're going to do them together. So apparently the bearings are still there. None of them came out. But now I'm going to put my tool in, pull this off, and then I'll put my tool in and I'm going to pull the bearing out. And then I'm going to pack the bearing with some grease and replace the seal and then put this back together. Okay? All right. It's actually when I took an extended lunch. Maybe that's what's taking so long. But there it is. There's the pin. And it only has one hole anchor hole. And there's a really thin bolt that goes in there that anchors that, keeps it in there, keeps those gears where they're supposed to be. And then again, there's the bearing, there's the seal. I got the bearing and seal driver, so this installs the bearing and it installs the sealer, but that actually just takes the bearings out. I've got my grease and my oil that I took out. I've got my Torx over here, 30 foot-pounds for the cover. 20 foot-pounds for the inside bolt. And then there's a filler plug that's 18 foot-pounds. And then the gear oil, fit 75W140. Yeah, I got a 90, that's fine. 75W90, that's fine. All right, so I'll do a quick video after everything's kind of back together, and you can see it before I button it up. All right, this is Ryan again at RS Rolling Classics. Bye for now, and video 3 is coming for this project.